SanaaTales. I am June, your host, and today we have a guest. Her name is, tell me your name again.
Fermata.
Femata. Hiyo jina niliona alafu ikapotea. But on Substack, she's known as Miss Bubbly, right? And
Yes.
when I saw your pictures and all the articles and the images that you post there, they just bubbly everywhere. So so I was like excited. I can't wait to have this conversation because I feel like you exude that even in your writing. So that's why I called her today so that we can have a conversation about writing, the writing journey, what's her journey, what led her to writing. But before we do that, maybe we get to know her a little bit. So hi, tell us who you are, where you are, what do you do? Yes, welcome.
Okay. So my name is Fermata, but most people call me Femi.
Mhm.
Um, I'm a poet, a writer, and generally a storyteller. I love to tell stories, of course, from my point of view, and always add a bit of, sugar, spice, and everything nice. Um, but at heart, I'm just a creative. So currently, I work with a magazine called Mananas Magazine,
Mhm.
and we are all about creatives basically. Um, Apart from that, I do freelance gigs, and yeah, where am I from? I'm from Nairobi actually, born and bred. So everything I do here in Nairobi, but I love to travel. I can wake up one morning and decide I want to be in a forest somewhere and I will go
Mhm.
and do it. Yeah. So
Mhm.
basically
That's awesome.
that's about me.
That's awesome. So you've said you work for a magazine called Mananas.
Yes.
It's local.
Yes, it's local, but it's also sort of becoming international.
What is that? What is it about? I've never heard of it.
Okay, so it's an online magazine where we give artists a platform to showcase their work. They can send us articles, they can send us their poetic pieces, they can send us their artworks, basically visual artists. We can feature musicians, and basically, we are trying to create a collective for artists because in Kenya, in this industry of ours, we don't necessarily have a platform that that artists can gainfully get money from their art. So we want to be like the stepping stone for them. We can give them guidance, we can have talent management, just so that they can break into the industry a lot easier than the rest of us when we were starting, I would say.
That's interesting and awesome, honestly, because I feel like it has a little bit of an underlying reason as to why SanaaTales exists, because it is helping. The point is to help artists get a platform, right? To
Mm-hmm.
showcase, not only showcase their work, but also to make something from their art, which is SanaaTales, but for writers, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying it's an online magazine. You'll give us details. Do you mind giving us like details so that
No
people can come and check
problem.
it out and submit their nini? Where can people find the magazine?
Okay, so our website is mananascreatives.co.ke. Currently, we are looking for artists to submit to us their work for our March edition. We have,
Mhm.
I think, 3 editions this year. So we are looking for people to submit. I'm sure after this, I can leave like a link to our Instagram, and people can follow us there. And apart from following us, they can also submit their art.
Okay. So it's not just like when you say art, it's not like just painting and drawings. There's writers, right? You said articles. So
Yes,
what kind of
writers,
articles?
poets. Okay, so we normally have themes for every edition. Like now,
Mm-hmm.
the edition that we currently have, seeing that it is our first edition for the year, our theme is past, passage, and then something about the future.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we are giving artists a chance to tell us their story and how they got to where they are, what they feel about what they went through maybe last year, because last year was actually a heavy year for many people. So there are
Mm-hmm.
people who have expressed things about it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we just want to hear what artists are doing, what artists are writing about, what artists are painting, just to see different perceptions of the theme, basically.
Okay. That is interesting. Thank you. Thank you for that. Tutalink hiyo nini ya kwa description. And then there is something you mentioned. You mentioned that you also do freelance gigs. That's how I started. I started as a freelancer in 2018. In 2018, I
Mm-hmm.
started as a freelancer on Upwork. I don't know if people still do use Upwork, but yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
started. And then I was an article writer, but then it evolved, and now I'm a virtual assistant, but then also that's the one that brings in daily bread, because sasa kitabu
Mm-hmm.
bado tuna learn how to sell, hatujajua kusell kitabu vizuri. So
Mm-hmm.
what tell me about your freelance journey. How is it? How does that look? How did you start? What like?
So I think I got to a point where I was constantly chasing, looking for a job, and the job market is not necessarily the easiest. After I graduated,
Yeah.
the only jobs I was getting are maybe like customer service jobs or data entry jobs, and I felt like it's not within the line that I studied for. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm very good with administrative tasks. So I decided
Mm-hmm.
I will not necessarily join Upwork or Fiverr or any of these freelance uh, sites, but I decided I will leverage my skills and just tell people about it. So I could review a CV here, I could do a document here,
Mm-hmm.
I could edit this, I could do that. So basically, that's how it
Mm-hmm.
started. And then over time, it has evolved into different things. I don't think my mind is ever set on just doing one thing. So again,
Yeah.
that's how it was born. Today, you might find me at a market selling, I don't know what, and tomorrow I
Mm-hmm.
could be on a site doing some translation of sorts, and the next day I
Mm-hmm.
could be doing something, anything basically. So I'm just like a
Yeah.
butterfly. I just fly where I want to go. That's what I do basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I feel like that's a dream for many people. There's no, you don't have a 9 to 5. You do where your soul is calling you. Okay, maybe there's a
Yes.
little bit of structure, especially with the magazine, but not so much. It's not, you're not tied down to one thing. That feels amazing actually.
Mhm.
So what? Wait, let's go back to your writing. When did you start writing?
I actually started writing, I think, back in high school. When you first discover your talent, that one teacher who tells you,
Yeah.
I think you're good at it. So basically, that's where it started. And I think it was at a time where everything was just going wrong for me. Like, it felt like I needed an outlet to speak out things because I'm not very expressive, like verbally. So I turned to writing, and that
Mhm.
has been it. I've never looked back
Yeah.
despite the creative blocks. Sometimes I just keep creating.
Yeah. Okay. So you've already answered the next question, which is what pushed you to it? Like you're expressing in your writing more than in your in your in your in itoaje? matamshi.
Yes.
Bas. Which reminds me, by the way, I also when I was, or rather, I don't know whether I learned or that I could write, maybe, but I
Mhm.
remember there was a time ya kusoma and focusing on education. You are focusing on Sweet Valley High and Sweet Valley University, meaning wise.
I actually liked those books.
I
I
am from
really
that
liked them. I really liked them. I read those ones actually.
era. They were nice, yeah. So that was our era. I don't know whether that means I am saying my age online, but yes, that was our era. So and then now I started like I used to tell my friends, actually I've always said this. I remember I was around 16, maybe from 2 from 3 hapo.
Mhm,
And maybe someday I'll be writing my own Sweet Valley High series.
mm,
And I thought it was very easy. But right now, when I am where I am and I'm already at least in the industry, I'm already creating.
mhm.
I only have one book and it's supposed to have a sequel, and the sequel is taking forever to. I even like the last time I touched that sequel was months ago,
Mhm.
because I don't know maze, inafikaga mahali unachoka tu and you're like, if me as the writer I am getting tired of writing, what about the reader?
True, true.
I hope I'm not boring you, my readers, as in. So yeah, I was actually supposed to have released it last year November.
Mhm,
I was like, you know what, mtangoja tu ile time itatoka.
mhm.
Ile time itatoka ndio itatoka. Yeah, so that has been it. So tell us a little bit about your Substack life and journey, because that's how I met you.
Okay.
How is Miss Bubbly on Substack?
So I actually stumbled upon Substack. How did I stumble upon Substack? I think I was going through TikTok one day, and then I
Mhm,
found a guy who does like online writing, and he was telling people how they can make money from online writing and all of that.
mhm,
And then
mhm,
I went to his website. I can't remember his name though. I went to his
mhm,
website and he has like jobs there. And there's one that I tried to write for, and it actually led me to Substack. So I was like, what is this Substack?
mhm,
And then I went, I read some articles, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I should join. So I joined, and I had this I don't know what to call it, but I felt like I wasn't good enough to be on Substack at first. So I made sure that when I wrote my
mhm,
first post, I tried like the other people who I had read, like from the Kenyan Substack, and it was funny, and I was trying to, be
mhm,
uh, someone different. But with time, I realized I can't keep copying somebody else. I just have to go back to writing how I know how to write. I'm a
mhm.
very deep thought type of writer. I don't like writing just surface level things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how my
Mhm.
Substack journey actually began. And this is actually not long time ago. It's just like, is it October or November last year, basically?
Okay. So how many, like, I'm trying to look at, oh, I was opening your nini. I love the, so basically when, if you describe your own writing style, it is you're a poet, right? You're a poet, and what other style would you add to that? You're frozen. Hello. I think her nini has gone out. Her internet has gone out. So yeah. So the conversation is with Finata or Miss Bubbly, who I met on Substack recently. Ni kama internet yake imekata kwa sababu she's frozen on my screen. I don't want to end the live stream. Yeah, let's see if she's coming back. So yeah, anyway, the point of this podcast is to meet people. That is why I set out to. number one, build SanaaTales. I wanted to meet people in the industry. I wanted, because I was feeling, after I wrote Surviving on Livia, I was feeling like I'm in my own corner. Niko peke yangu tu. I have nobody to talk to, like in terms of writing. I have no writing peers, only my cousin, and that's not enough resources. As in, I needed to build an ecosystem for myself. Just honestly, this started as an ecosystem for myself. That's why I started. And then when I started now, SanaaTales, I started reaching out to writers, but then SanaaTales has evolved. Now we have a podcast where I'm inviting people who are meeting online so that I can meet them, I can learn about their journey. And hopefully, in the process of learning about their journey, you, as the listener who is a Kenyan, because this is solely for Kenyans for right now, you get to hear what the writing world is like. What are people doing out there? How are people making money writing, right? What are they doing? How are people growing their accounts on different platforms like Facebook or Substack? And how are people marketing their books? That is what SanaaTales podcast is addressing, right? So my guest has disappeared. I don't think, I think ni internet yake imepotea. But yes, so that is what I have been trying to address. And in the process of it, last year actually we started with one live stream, and it was just literally last minute. It's something I was like, you know what? I want to meet these people. I want to start inviting people into conversation. I work for a coach, and this coach, the way he expresses himself is by bringing people into a room. Let's talk. And that, I think it is not life changing. It is life changing in some way, as in you get to experience people in a different way. You get to just connect with people, because we are so much on our phones and on laptops and on TVs, as in whatever, we are engaged in screens more than we engage with communicating with other people, especially for people who work online. I am in this house by myself all day. Babies come home in the evening. So, so I decided I'm going to invite people for the live stream last year, and I did. And when I invited them, and she is back, I think. Wait. No, she's not. Oh, she's back. Yes, she's back. Hey, welcome back. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back. What happened? Umepotea? I decided to just do a monologue and see if you come back.
I honestly don't. I think my electricity tripped, like just in the socket where
Oh.
the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry about that.
No problem. Welcome back. I got a moment to share with whoever is watching about a little bit about what we are doing in SanaaTales and all that. And the point being that while this podcast, it is a huge bold step for me, but it is feeling like a very necessary step, because I get to meet people. I get to force myself into a conversation. It is so easy to hide behind screens. By the way, me, I'm a very good. I prefer texting over calling. I'm those people. I
Me
prefer texting
too.
over
Me too.
calling. But this one, when I call you into a conversation, you get to say, okay, if you say yes, and then we meet and we are like, you know what, we are going live. Whatever happens, happens. Nobody has ever
Exactly.
died by just bold. So yeah. So you were telling us a little bit about Substack, how you stumbled upon Substack and how it's treating you so far.
Yes. So I don't know how much of that but I think I'll just repeat like how it's taking me. So far,
Mm-hmm.
Substack is taking me well. So far, so good. Me and my 25 subscribers, I think
Mm-hmm.
we love it there, you know?
Yeah. It's a free space to express yourself, but it is a place where I was like, because I'm looking for writers, why on earth can't I just go and find them where they are, instead of kushinda hapo ukiannounce, kwa sababu you can announce on social media until the cows come home. Oh, I'm looking for writers, but technically the people who follow you, like maybe only three are writers, and because maybe
Exactly.
they are writers chini ya maji, they have never actually gone done anything with their writing. You will
Mhm.
talk until the I don't know what. So I decided. So when I came on to Substack, I was like, I've been on Substack forever. I actually have
Mhm.
posts from 2023. 2023
Oh,
si
wow.
kitambo, lakini ni kitambo.
Ni kitambo for us newbies, ni kitambo.
right? I laugh with the funny thing.
Mhm.
Substack was not what it is right now. It was not whatever is happening. There was no space for notes. There was no social media feed. Okay, I'm calling it a social media because you can doom scroll on Substack too. So,
Mm.
so
Mhm.
there was not this feed for notes. By the way, you make them juicy. There was
Mhm.
only your platform, and how people are were following you is by you promoting your work on other places. But now they have managed to build a community where you create your post and people just follow you by what you're putting out, the notes, by you engaging with other people, which I am
Mhm.
realizing is, I think I have had it over and over, but I have never actually practiced it until now. The way to grow
Mhm.
your platform, especially in places like this where people are already congregated with one common goal,
Mhm.
it is by literally, it is by engaging, it is by being present, it's by being authentic, it's just being you. Do you, and people will actually follow you for that. Which is,
Exactly.
sounds like I just discovered gold, but people have been saying it forever. So I don't mean Ashika.
But yeah, I think that's
I
something I
don't mean
also noticed about Substack because for me, I was not sure how to go about it. I'm not a very social media person. I post today, tomorrow I'll not
Ashika.
post. But this one, I'm actually consistent. I'm proud of myself, actually.
It's nice. I saw something. This is one of the posts I read actually of yours when I was just exploring
Mhm.
the earth, the evening the earth pulsed. You remember that
Yes,
post? The one you're walking and there's a tree.
yes.
Can I ask what inspired that? Is that real? Because there's some point. Okay, obviously there's added imagination to it,
Hmm.
but I am thinking you literally were walking and you saw a tree and then the piece was born. I don't know. Am I right?
Actually, no. What happened? It's actually.
No.
I feel like it's a true story. Let me elaborate
Brilliant.
a bit. So I have a favorite
Mm.
tree in the compound that
Uh-huh.
I live, and it has the
Uh-huh.
best shade, and it always
Uh-huh.
has ants somehow, and they never climb on my hand. I'm
Mhm.
always touching the tree. I hug it, I
Mhm.
touch it, I do all of these things.
Mhm.
And because I'm
Mhm.
not someone who knows how to express myself to other people, I talk to like the tree or inanimate things, and I hope and I pray and I believe they hear me.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
basically, I think this one day I was holding the tree and I felt a different sensation on my palm. And I was like, okay, what if that is the tree actually talking back? So I decided to write about it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
You know why I was asking that question, it sounds weird, but there's a statement I read here,
Hmm.
and I realized that when I write something that is real, I like using the word literary. Kuna mahali umetumia literary, ukasema the ants, what I'm actually looking for it. Where is it? Where is it? The ants.
Hmm.
The ants, like, it's like they looked at you and like, you know, I can't find it. Anyway, you use the word literary and you're like, it's like the tree was literally speaking. I don't know, just gave life or something. I was like, wait, is she actually telling me that she actually, this actually happened? And then I'm like, maybe she was walking and then she found a tree and paused, and her spirits were lifted, and then she decided to make up something. But it's interesting to hear that it was actually real. That is very interesting. Anyway, I love your work. I love how you write. It is very, very expressive and very bold. And I'm not much of a poetry person. So honestly, I can't even say much about your poetry, which is a lot, which is there's a lot of going on here.
Hmm.
But yeah, so what did I want to ask? So best win? Even with your writing right now, I believe you're writing because you love writing. What has
Hmm.
been your biggest win so far in terms of what you're doing with your writing? Actually, all of it: the writing for on Substack, the writing for Manana, and your freelance. What has been your biggest
Okay,
win?
so I think my biggest win is meeting people online, strangers who tell me your work spoke to me. And I'm like, okay, I thought I was the only one who was going through some of these things. And also sometimes engaging with people who will repost your work, and you're like, wait, hold on, you actually read it, you actually like it. Like, I thought I was
Mm-hmm.
being a
Mm-hmm.
bit delulu, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So that has been my biggest win. And
Mm-hmm.
for Mananas, I think I wrote for Mananas once.
Mm-hmm.
I gave in a submission once. And now working behind the scenes is a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. It's amazing to be working with other creatives who we are sort of on the same line, looking to create a space where everyone can come and join us on the table, and we can share our creative ideas. And you realize that there's so much in the creative industry that if you did not step out of like this small bubble that you're in, you would never know
Mm-hmm.
ever. And there's
Mm-hmm.
money in the creative industry.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
just need to look for it, actually.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hmm.
That is actually what's interesting. And so, what insight would you give to upcoming writers or people who want to live your life, the freelancer free spirit? What insight do you want to give them, or rather, advice that you number one, what insight do you want to give them, and something that you wish someone had told you when you were starting, so that you can share to with people who want to be you in the future.
Okay. So the first thing I would want to say is sometimes you have to bet on yourself. I wish I bet on myself a lot faster and a
Hmm.
lot sooner, because I honestly feel like I would have achieved a lot more with my
Hmm.
creative work. And again, it's not everyone can work a 9 to 5, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you also need to have like you need to know what it is you're looking for, so that
Mm-hmm.
when you are chasing this life, you don't get lost in the middle. Like for me, I think at some point, depression kicks in.
Hmm.
You're tired, you have writer's block, you don't
Yeah.
know what to do.
Yeah.
So you have to know other things as well. You have to have like a backup plan.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
not for everyone, but sometimes you have to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
um what I wish someone would have told me is, yeah, the backup plan part would have been nice
Mhm.
to know, number one.
Mhm.
Number
Mhm.
two, I wish I had people holding my hand, because the amount of times I have been scammed out here for things.
Yeah.
Wacha tu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wacha tu. But yeah, I really wish there was somebody to hold my hand
Mm.
and guide me. Actually, a reason why I haven't published is because for a long time I was just being taken round in circles.
Mhm.
And some publishers want to totally change your voice and your
Mm.
message to suit what they want. So at the
Mm.
end of the day, is it really your voice if they've changed exactly what you have written? It's
Mm.
not worth it. So I
Mhm.
think also it would be nice to know that there are other options. Like for me, I heard about self publishing, though I have never done it, but it apparently works. So that's an avenue that some artists could look into as
Mm.
well.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, basically, that's what I would like to say.
Thank you for that. There's something you've reminded me about being scammed. When I started in the
Mm-hmm.
Nimekwambia nilianza 2018,
Mm-hmm.
it was out of I can write. I was desperate because I'd been out of work for 6 years because of babies. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm that of babies.
Mm-hmm.
So by the sixth year, the second born had already gone to school. Mimi nikasema, mimi nataka kufanya kazi. I want to do something different. I was a chef. Actually, I trained as a chef. So when I started, I told my husband, I want I want to work online. I want to work online. And then he was like, okay, because he's not, doesn't know, but this online thing is still somehow new to some people, but obviously size at least imepanda panda, people are aware about it and all that. That time it was still very fresh. But sasa someone, I was like, I want to do writing, I want to work online, I want to, but he has no idea how to help me. Other than I was like, I found a course. Someone introduced me to this guy. I found a course and it's okay. Walter Collor. Do you know Walter? Have you ever heard of Walter?
No,
So
no,
this
no, I
guy was
haven't.
training. So Walter has had this platform called Freelancer. I don't know, Freelancer something. He was actually training Kenyan writers to write online and make a career. A lot of us have actually gone through his hands, and he was doing it for what 4,000 shillings at that point, and it was. When you're broke, 4,000 shillings is like a fortune. So I told my husband, and my husband was like, you know what, I'll pay for you. Ah, you know, but in that moment, Rujo, because I had been out of work for like 6 years and I was feeling a little small. I remember to this day, I told him, Aki nisaidie na 4K nitakulipa. Aki aliniangalia, what do you mean? Utanilipa kwa nini? I was like, what do you mean? Sushike no, chukua ukalipe, chukua pay for your thing. But that is how small I had started. I was feeling, because I don't have my own. I've been out of work for 6 years. My cooking degree diploma does not hold any water anywhere anymore. So that's how I started. I started working. I got a few clients here and there. Then I got one that scammed me out of 8,000. Akinililia, 8,000 shillings. But when you're broke, it's like a fortune.
It
This one,
is.
that's how I lost. It is. I lost 8K. I had to let go. And I was like, nope. So anyways, I focused on working on Upwork, and at least Upwork has the protection, whatever, for money. So nikakwama huko mimi, I never went anywhere else until I got some permanent clients and we moved out of Upwork. We no longer do Upwork anymore. And yeah, so umesema mambo ya kuskamiwa nikakumbuka hiyo. Yeah, so and then there is something else. When I was hosting the live last year, for when I hosted the live last year, I don't know if I've told you. Oh, sorry, I've not told you. Last year when I started this SanaaTales thing, I hosted a live. I decided I'm going to go online live, and I'm going just like this. But now I do not have like a platform like it's a podcast. I just wanted to invite people. If you're a writer, I invited whoever writer I found on Facebook. Hey, I'm having this live. Come, let's have a conversation about the writing journey. Out of those people who came, two of them were pretty famous. Actually, I don't know if you know of a Charles Chanchuri. You know Charles Chanchuri?
Actually, no.
You So Charles, he's pretty well established as an author. And another one is called JB. His writer, his pen name is JB Omukangala. These guys, you can find them on Facebook actually. So they were, I published come 20 books.
Where?
You're like, yeah, that kind of established. So the things that we learned were traditional publishing, in Kenya, sucks. It actually sucks. And there's some things that they were saying, like JB was telling us, when he started writing for himself, he went to publishers, houses, kutafuta msee atampublish. This one publisher took his book and stayed with it for like 8 months. Nah, no, but they're not getting back to him. They're not giving him feedback that makes sense. And then Charles tried the traditional. JB actually pulled his book from that publisher and did self-publishing himself. Then Charles also tried the traditional publishing thing and got very small royalties. Hizo royalties zilikuwa zinambamba, so he stopped. Then, or rather, I don't know whether he stopped or he just, the way he said it is like it was not worth it. So anyway, that was to your point where he said the traditional publishers, they are trying to change your story. I'm thinking because the industry in the country, the way it looks like, either you have, I think the only publisher if you have a really big name, number one, or they publish school books. So the rest of us are left with traditional publishing. I mean, with self-publishing. Maybe me when I love even bookshops. By the bookshops don't carry novels because novels
Yeah, they
don't really
don't.
sell because even yeah, they don't carry book novels. I think the only one who carries novels is Textbook Center. And Textbook Center, you have to be invited. It's not
Wait.
you have to be invited, which is interesting. Textbook center and Nuria. So it's actually very challenging.
Mhm,
So I love for me, all these things I didn't even know them. When I was trying to do my book,
mhm,
I was like, maybe nikwaza ni do. Because the publisher that I saw, a local publisher, she's not a big one. She's literally like me, has her own publishing company.
mhm,
And I reached out to her and I asked her the pricing and all that, and she quoted for me 250,000.
mhm.
250,000. What do you mean? Mimi ni yule msee, mimi nataka uniambie 5k.
Exactly.
I want to tell me 5k that I can save for a while and then I come 250k.
Mm,
That was years ago by then. And then it felt like she's telling me your dreams are, you know,
mm,
it's songa to keep on moving. That's what it felt like. That's not what she was doing anyway. But she was telling me the realities on the ground.
mhm,
So when I did my book, this is what I did.
mhm,
Because I've been working online for the good thing of being online is you gain all these skills that
mm,
you don't know you would not have ever gained, right?
mhm,
So I gained all the skills. I now can edit my own book. I can typeset. I know where to go to typeset the book. I can go to Canva. I've been playing on Canva for like 7 years. I can create my own whatever,
mhm,
but my own cover. So that's what I did. I created a cover. I went and I wrote the book. I edited it. I typeset. Then I found a printer. That was my journey. I literally started looking for printers online, alafu niko na ma-ads. Unaona kwa Facebook ads, then you're like, you contact them and you reach out to them. That's what I did. And then I found a printer who did pretty decent. Actually, it's a really nice book, honestly.
mhm,
And I was like, wait, that's it. I can actually do this. I can actually. It doesn't. There is no need of of gatekeeping of, oh, you have to go through this publisher. You have to do no, 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 no. No, that's how SanaaTales was born, because I went through the whole process myself.
mhm,
Then I decided, if I can do this myself, I can also show others, or rather, I can work with others. This maybe even Lifanya, this is what I did, this is what I did. But now, because I know the process of actually getting to get a physical book, which I still did not come with, of coming of making a physical book. But now I don't know the other part.
mhm,
I don't know the marketing aspect. I don't know the anything else. I don't know how to build an audience,
mhm,
which is now how I got Charles and JB to come and teach masterclasses on SanaaTales. Anyway,
mhm.
so that is, I talk a lot. I used to think I'm an introvert. I think I'm proving myself wrong. So that has been my journey. And honestly, the whole point of this podcast is to meet people like you, to hear your stories, to see what you're doing. And now I literally feel like we have a little bit of a similar journey in there with the publishing challenges.
Mhm,
So yeah, and because you're looking for people to work, hold your hand, I'm telling you, they are there. People like JB. JB has published like, I don't know, 20 books, and he has done it himself. Like, mimi niko na moja.
mhm,
This dude has like 20 books. He has done it himself. Anyway, so that is the whole point of
mhm.
this podcast, where I just meet people and hear their stories and get to know them and see what they are going through and share their knowledge, in terms of, like, you have shared what you have, your insights for, I mean, upcoming writers and all that,
Mhm.
and see, yeah, and see, work together in the future, or even if this is the end of our journey, hopefully not. At least we gain something. I got to know this wonderful lady, and got to see that Miss Bubbly is actually an introvert.
True. People never believe. People never believe me when I say I'm introverted. They never
Yeah,
believe
you are.
me.
I love the picture that you sent me for promoting the Nini. It was so bubbly, and I was like, ah. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, you have a twin sister.
I'm
You have a
actually
twin.
I actually love pictures. I can do photo shoots, I can curate them, I can do all of those things. Even for my birthday, I curate them myself. I'm
Mhm.
very but I don't like the photographers coming. They spoil my vibe. So I like to do it myself. But
Serious.
I'm trying to get out of my cocoon. Actually, that's another thing that Substack was about. I'm trying
Mhm.
to put myself out there, get people to
Mhm.
know that I exist. Because, again, the danger of not speaking out and expressing yourself openly is the fact that you tend to remain small, and
Yeah.
sometimes sometimes the people who are the loudest are not necessarily the most talented always. So you feel like I can do better, but I'm quiet. I like to stay in my corner and I don't like anyone to disturb me. So again, you get overlooked. And then you get
Yeah.
to a point where you ask yourself, like, if I just put myself out there, even me, I can be making this money. I can be doing this, I can be doing that. So basically, I'm trying to put myself out there, get out of the shy bubble, and
Yeah.
actually be bubbly.
Yeah. You are bubbly in your soul. And you're
Yes.
writing, and it shows through your writing. So yeah. One last thing. Do you have anything to add before we end the live stream? Do you have anything to add?
Do I? Do I? I want people to
Oh,
follow me.
contacts. Contacts. Tell us that thing alafu add contacts hapo chini.
Okay, so I was actually just going to say my social media. So on
Ah.
Instagram, it is
Mhm.
bubblypoet_Afrique. That is
Mhm.
my poetry and posting and whatever page. On Substack, it
Mhm.
is at Miss Bubbly. Basically, it's Miss Bubbly almost everywhere.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
I can't really say I'm on Facebook, so yeah, I don't post on Facebook. So it's just Instagram and TikTok. TikTok, it is also bubblypoet_Afrique. Yeah, that's basically my social media. On LinkedIn, for the people who want to professionally find me, it is Femata Muniafu.
Mhm.
Yeah, basically that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Sawa. Thank you so much. This was wonderful. Thank you for engaging me. Thank you for agreeing to come on this strangers podcast. But now at least we have met. We are no longer strangers.
Now
So
we are
thank you for
friends.
engaging me and thank you so much for playing. So this was wonderful. Bye bye to anyone who was listening. Have a wonderful